Well, welcome back to another episode. It is, of course, me, the most important host, Sig. That's okay. Bring it in. Bring it in. It's fine. We're gonna start this off strong, and then we have Rahgel. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Just crickets. Fucking nobody. God, nobody supports him. Y'all need love on Rahgel a little bit more. So what's up?
I'm the disappointed one with these fucking sounds. Oh my god! Now I become fucking morning talk show.
Hold on, then I got more.
No, fucking better not.
No, I don't. It's just so sexy. I won't do the other ones.
Yet.
We'll see. Things can change very quickly.
Things should change. Like no more noises. That would be one.
What? Why?
Because.
Anyway, now we got the shenanigans out of the way. Yeah, for this episode, we got the shenanigans out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So we text a lot this weekend because of just all this shit going on between AEW, WWE, and just random ass fucking TikToks. That'll be fine. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make sense in this episode and the next episode that should follow this one. The following Tuesday or Thursday. Whatever. I don't know what day of the week it's going to launch on. Anyways, there's been a whirlwind of information, whether rumors, leaks, speculations, guarantees, announcements, all sorts of stuff coming out, mostly from AEW side of the house, some trickling out of WWE's house. You sent me, was it on Friday? Saturday? This weekend. One day this weekend. I don't remember which. It was at like 7:50 in the morning. I was not awake yet. Gonna be honest. But it was the first thing I saw, so you should be very happy. You were the first person I technically spoke to that morning. Not my wife.
I was
inches away from me.
Very well privileged, I guess. And yes.
Anyways, there was a poster of AEW Collision for June 17th with Shane McMahon holding the AEW World Title, and I originally said that ain't gonna happen. And then, of course, like everything and like the biggest conspiracy out there, my phone knew I looked at that, so it's like, let me bring up all this content for you to watch on TikTok and YouTube. Let me bring it all. And that led to a whole fucking trickle-down effect. Back in May, Tony Khan made a statement that he would like to get Shane McMahon on, or inside AEW. But that poster was fabricated. Somebody made it. Really good design. But he's not, as of right now, he's not slated to make an AEW appearance. But with this, I also could not find his contract with WWE, whether or not he had one, or if he was on the board, or if he had any legitimate ties that would restrict him from popping up in AEW. And like I told you via text message the second time, probably like a day later, after I consumed all that fucking information, thank you, social media, there is a likelihood that if that were to happen, first off, that would be fucking amazing. It would have very much shades of WCW days when Shane bought WCW and went against his father. Was that ECW? No, it was WCW. Yeah, it wasn't ECW. And that would be awesome for the pure fact of, I also found out Tony Khan has no writers. So AEW has no writers, which is such a weird concept, especially coming from who the powerhouse inside the professional wrestling entertainment is, where they have tons of writers who honestly don't fucking matter when Vince was in charge. They have tons of writers. As far as AEW goes, Chris Jericho has even came out and he stated said it on his podcast or an interview where he says we don't have writers, but we do have what roadmaps, I think is what he called it, point A to point B type thing, and everything has to be filled. And he was talking about how the creative difference was with that versus WWE, where he had to go get approval from the writers and had to go get approval from Vince McMahon, but Vince could also say yes day one, and then day before, day of the live event, say nope, I don't like that anymore. Whereas Tony Khan is like, all right, Jericho is gonna go up against Hangman Page, cool, make it work. Do your own little thing. Do whatever you guys gotta do, and they can make pit stop side stories to build up into future feuds and all that, and that just made a lot of fucking sense. And goes to show that MJF will not be leaving AEW when his contract's up to go to WWE, as he would lose all that creative freedom if what Jericho says is 100% accurate.
Well, yeah, none of them want to go. That's why Omega didn't want to go.
Yep.
Because they won't give him creative control, and that's how they always have been, and they always will be. When WCW was at its, I guess you could say, peak, when NWO and all that stuff, they had Bischoff was doing it, and a few others. They didn't have very many writers, if I remember right, either.
No, they didn't.
They kind of have the same.
But that's
kind of the same way that they do.
That's
the
what bit
AEW.
them in the ass, though, is while they didn't have script writers like Vince does, they definitely had egotistical maniacs at the helm called the NWO, where Nash wouldn't take certain falls, he wouldn't put people over, Razor Ramon wouldn't put people over, Hulk Hogan was the worst of them, along with Ric Flair. Like they would be so heady, and that would be the best word to use it. Whereas, as it stands right now, other than the All Elite being Omega and the Bucks, it seems like everyone over at AEW works collectively together fluently. I only say the All Elite members just because, while I don't watch AEW like every week, I do watch their snippets and highlights and everything, and their YouTube channel. The Young Bucks and Omega always seem to be more prevalently placed and showcased and tend to be over or get put over or win, versus putting the younger guys over. And these are people who are co-COOs or CMOs, CFOs, wherever they are, chief.
Yeah.
They have positions within AEW outside of wrestling, so they shouldn't be putting people, or they shouldn't be taking the limelight. And I know a lot of people speculate, well, that's why Cody Rhodes left, because he pigeonholed himself saying, I'll never win a world championship here in AEW. Makes sense. If you're part owner of AEW or part operator of AEW, putting yourself over is a dirty move. And yet the Young Bucks put themselves over with the tag champs, with the trio champs, and then Omega has put himself over with the AEW title, and the trio champs too. Like that should have never happened. One time, sure, but not the inaugural, not the second or third. They should have been pushed way down the line, versus one of the first 4 people to ever hold that title.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. With those guys at the helm of it, running it and doing their own thing, it's going to be tough for them, like you said, to not put themselves there and be almost comparable to how the NWO was. Because who's going to tell them no? I mean, they're running the company.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. That's what they're going to do.
Tony Khan can tell them no, but if the 3 of
Tony
them
Khan's a
basically,
weasel.
yeah, if the 3 of them go, that's not best for business. We're telling you what's best for business. We have experience in this field. It's like, well, yeah, do and you don't. You have experience in this field as a wrestler, as an entertainer, not a business perspective of it. But then you have the amazing mind of MJF, who is so over as a heel, but still chanted, like cheered and booed at the same time, that he has such a uh, heavy knowledge base of the system and of the company and the business itself on how it should work, how to put over, and how to make everything look significantly better. He works and he has no problem, taking that, so to speak, dive to make somebody else look better. No problem taking all those hits, like in the Pillars match, the Fatal 4-Way, where he literally took a big bump from all three other guys. And you heard it too, and even the clips, because it's going around social media still,
Yep.
where he's like, "What the fuck?" Stunner by Darby. Are you shitting me? Drop kick, whatever it was. Like, he sells it perfectly. But the All Elite just, I don't know, feels more phoned in. But regardless, totally sidetracked off that. The main thing. If Shane McMahon were to actually come back, that would be a serious issue for WWE. Maybe not in the first 6 months, but I think in the long run, if McMahon made the jump, it would be so beneficial to them and for them to finally be able to go, okay, look, he's going to give them all the knowledge he has, all the expertise on top of all these already WWE legends and Hall of Famers and should be Hall of Famers who are now around AEW, and be able to say, yeah, you're doing it right. Let's tweak a couple things. But then there's also that flip side of, does he go over and behave like his dad and say, you really should have scripts? You really need to have this. You need to have checkpoints versus just having them call in every 3 to 4 weeks and be like, yeah, no, yeah, we're going good. Yeah, Sammy Guevara's on board. Chris Jericho's on board, whatever. Versus just, you should tell them, you're going to put him over this week. You're going to get put over this week. Like, it's a possible catch-22, but Shane McMahon being over in AEW would do wonders for the company or for the brand itself. And it's not too far-fetched since they're moving to Max, not HBO. Max, just Max now. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I can't wait. It's where I can finally watch them every week versus we go to YouTube. I'm 2 weeks behind. TikTok. All right, I watched everything. We're good. So.
And that's probably the best bet right now to catch everything if you're not catching it live. So it's
yeah.
But I mean, Tony Khan has said he doesn't know if Shane would be a fit for AEW if he would play ball in the manner of best for AEW and not try to go down the same road that WWE has.
He can't do as bad as Nick Khan's doing over in WWE, pulling everything out of his ass and seeing what just sticks. Like, we're gonna go away from premier live events. We're gonna go back to pay-per-view events, and then you see literally their stock took a hit after that announcement was made. They were blasted through social media of, well, if this happens, I definitely won't be watching WWE. I'll move over to AEW. You had superstars even voicing their opinion of, that's not really smart. I wouldn't do it, but not my business type thing. And then you have his whole shit with, let's move WWE Monday Night Raw to another fucking day of the week, even though it's been on Monday night for the past 30 plus years. Yeah. Let's move it and upset the entire ecosystem. That's what it would do in that entertainment field.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a staple on Monday night for 30 years. Trying to change it, I don't understand why. I mean, maybe I do understand why, but you've competed this long and you're doing just fine. If you're trying to get another million and a half views by maybe it one day, I don't know if you'll get it right away. So I really don't know. It's on USA, so that still doesn't help because you still have to have some type of streaming service or cable provider in order to get it.
Yeah, so, but I mean, USA is not going to. I think their contract's coming up too. Fox is over next year. Peacock is 2027, 2028. It's like 4 or 5 more years they have left on that. Maybe 3. I could be wrong on that. I think USA was over in like 2025. But it's all relatively soon. And the entertainment world, it's soon. It's all creeping up. And I I get the concept. I get the idea behind moving it from Monday to another day of the week. But when you're only really competing with like basketball or football, like baseball, okay, cool, whatever. That's a boring and dying sport right now with all the fucking rule changes and shit that's going on. Like that's a whole shit show of itself. And I don't even watch fucking baseball, but that's how much I've been informed on it. Thank you, social media.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this is stupid. What the fuck happened? But you're telling me you're competing with two major sports, NBA and NFL, and you're thinking moving to a whole nother night of the week is going to help. What other day of the week are you gonna move it on that doesn't have a Thursday night, Saturday, Sunday football game, basketball or Monday night football as well? Basketball is what, the weekend plus Monday as well, and then baseball's fucking all over the goddamn map.
I mean,
You
the only
can't
two
move
options are really Tuesday or Wednesday. It's the only two
Wednesday.
options they really have.
Wednesday is when NXT's on, and when NXT was
Yeah.
on Tuesday nights, it did not do very well. It didn't do very well. So why would you move? Why is Nick Khan so fucking adamant about moving this lineage show from its historical day of the week to a Tuesday or a Wednesday? Because if they move it to Wednesday, they got bump NXT elsewhere, and NXT is performing very well on Wednesday nights.
I think it's just something to take away focus from everything else going on. Of like, I'm gonna talk about something that is never gonna happen
you're
and
not
go this way.
wrong. That's really what's going on just in general with everything in the world. Look over here, shiny keys. Ignore all the other shit going on over here.
Yeah. So I think that's one big thing is it's just smoke that they're blowing. I don't see them moving. I don't see them going back to pay-per-views either.
I unfortunately can't see them go back to pay-per-views. That is that's more of the Endeavor side of the house, not WWE. I see that more of Endeavor saying, "Hey, sure, let's do a pay-per-view, but we'll release it over on Peacock or wherever their streaming service agreement is." Literally,
Yeah.
the moment the pay-per-view is over, so you can watch it live, or you can just wait 4 hours and watch it on your streaming service that you're paying whatever monthly fee for. And they could create their own streaming service and put it all there, or they could reboot the WWE network and put it all there. It doesn't really fucking matter. But that would be the only way I could see it happening. But unfortunately, I do see it happening because AEW has pay-per-views and those pay-per-views sell very well. But granted, they can also be bought in like fucking 50 different places. BTS? BTE? What's the sports one?
BT Sports.
Yeah, there we go. That's close.
Yep.
BTS, BT Sports. But that's like, or Fightful, even like you can purchase all their pay per views there, and sometimes you get them for free depending upon what the pay per view is. On BT Sports, anyways. So I can see them doing it, but at the same time, you have all this other, in my mind, stupid shit happening. Because like you told me to watch Twitch or watch Raw via Twitch last night. Watched the whole damn thing.
Yep.
Then I was like, out of curiosity, because I had not watched live in a really long time. So I decided to watch Hulu today and see just how much was cut out. Oh my god. So fucking much was cut out. Like just to that's Friday Night SmackDown. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches on Monday Night Raw. You on Hulu, you did not get to see the tag match of Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin against Inda Sheer. You didn't get to see the Money in the Bank qualifying match of Zoe Stark versus Natalia.
Oh.
And again, you knew Stark was going to win when they're face up against Natalia. Like, that's a give me. Anyway, so you didn't get to see those two, one of which is a very important one. You did get to see Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And yeah.
That was a qualifying match too, wasn't it?
I thought it was. Yes. But it ended in no contest because of Bronson Reed. So you guys see, or you didn't get to see 3 matches, 2 of which were qualifying matches. 2 of which were qualifying matches for the upcoming Premier Live event for Money in the Bank. You missed out on 2 qualifying matches and a hell of a tag team match with Cedric Alexander and Benjamin. Like, this is ridiculous. That's not even half the show, but that's 3 important matches to help you understand what's going on in the upcoming Premier Live event. And you didn't get to see the what are they called? Otis, Gable, and Maxine. You didn't get to see their promo. You didn't get to hear more about them and see all that stuff. You didn't get to see how Maxine's gonna have a debut match coming up soon. Granted, they still haven't addressed why she ditched her models. But so you're missing out on so much.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous where even like, sure, I can wait 2 months to watch this episode over on Peacock. And I'll be able to see all of it. But 2 months. The partnership they have with Peacock is pushed back so far for their premiere shows, Friday night and Monday night. But NXT's, I think, it's only behind by like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I just thought that was really interesting. I thought that was like fucking stupid too at the same time. But I was like, oh, thank God I fucking watched the live, because otherwise I'd have to text you and be like, hey, were these matches good? Was Ricochet versus Shinsuke good? Why was Bronson in it? I didn't give a shit about Zoe Stark and Natalia because again, Natalia. If she's on the card, she's taking the loss. Who cares?
No, and that right there is gonna pull away Becky and Zoe. So
yeah,
so neither one of them are gonna win it.
Yeah. So again, why have these two, especially one of them being very dominant? Why have these 2 women participate in this type of match just for them to have a side showcase on themselves for the upcoming pay-per-view? So it's not going to be them.
They'll add to the match, though. I mean, they're definitely going to be able to add to it and put more of a. I mean, you put Becky in any match, she's going to perform very well. And yes. Zoe, I think, is also one that's going to be able to perform very well also. If she doesn't break everybody's nose with her finisher.
Yeah. Which, she didn't have that problem over in NXT. She did not break too many noses in NXT.
I just think Becky has a soft nose since Nia.
Oh, probably. I mean, Nia Jax did break her entire fucking face.
So.
But like the other part, you didn't get to see the Matt Riddle with Giovanni Vinci, that moment. You did get to see I thought it was an amazing match with Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, and then Kaden Carter, Katana Chance. Like, other than Ronda not doing shit like normal, the 2 younger girls, Kaden and Katana, like, they look good. They look like they were an actual tag team put together, not somebody looking for a partnership.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So that'll be a good one, but Gunther versus Kevin Owens was also a good one. But the fact, like, just the sheer difference between live and Hulu, normally you get I always thought you got the highlight moments, the good matches.
Nope.
They're like qualifying matches. fuck that. We don't need to show those. Don't worry about them. So that leads me already to believe that, oh, don't worry. If Shinsuke or Ricochet get into the Money Bank, they're not going to win. If,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to win. So done with that one. That was too easy to guess. And you have stupid shit like Dominic slapping Cody. And the fact that Rhea called him Latino Heat.
Yes. And it fell extremely flat when she said it.
Yep.
And she is not doing well on the mic right now either. Everything she
The
says
struggle bus.
is very flat, and her timing is off. And you can also tell that they're pumping in a lot of the booze now as well.
They're pumping
Dominic.
everything in.
Oh my gosh. So I think they turned his mic down also. But it's just they're trying to still keep it going for some reason. I have no idea why. They won't do anything with it. He's not doing anything, so I don't understand the whole thing with Cody either, but
No,
because those two do not have to have anything.
No, like
at all.
makes no logical sense at all. But
No.
again, though, I mean, it's also stated that Vince was at Monday Night Raw. He made changes. That came out this morning. Who knows what he made the changes of? Doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
it's just so interesting because you have all these big things happening from Drew McIntyre. Like he hasn't shown up on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown in what feels like ages since WrestleMania. I think was his last match. But
Yeah.
he's had several, what do you call it? Several of the pay-per-views already, or even like weekly shows. Their posters go up for the town or the city they're going to be in. There's been, I think, like 5 or 6 I've counted, where Drew McIntyre was on the poster and was slated to have a match. And then a week before the event was supposed to take place, that poster got altered completely. Most importantly, the one of Money in the Bank poster originally showed Drew McIntyre, and now it's replaced with Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, okay, so he's out, even though he still has like a few months left on his contract, or a month left.
It was done after Mania, I thought.
He's a summer one.
Oh, I thought it was done after Mania.
I remember having this all down for a different episode.
Yeah. Yeah, because I knew he'll more likely come back. I don't think he goes anywhere.
End of the year.
End of this year?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that long.
According
it was already
to
up.
Sportskeeda, as of beginning of May this year, last month, this when the article came out, he's been written off TV, possibly due to contract expiring this year, or for a possible injury. But yeah, his contract expires no later than January 1, 2024.
Okay. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's super weird. But whoever wins Money in the Bank will go after Rollins. So they're not going to even attempt to go after the Bloodline. So, that'll be, yeah. Now we know what target, or what title.
So now, and Reigns now has a new title that they've.
Fucking ugly.
Oh, you mean the fact that they just changed the color of it again?
So ugly. Like, if you do big gold.
Better than that blue one.
Oh yeah. Well, it's better than the red one too. If you do big gold, like do big gold, like you did with the World Heavyweight. Not this. I'm going to change the color from black,
all they've
blue,
done.
or red to gold. So,
The last 7 titles that they've done, minus the new one that Rollins has,
since
have
2013.
done the same exact thing.
Since 2013, when The Rock revealed the all black one. Yep. Because somebody literally is like, "Oh look, black. Oh look, red. Oh look, white. Oh look, blue." It's like, ugh.
Yeah. All the same thing, just different colors.
Ugh, so terrible. But the women's titles are going to change too. Somebody, the belt maker, or WWE's official belt maker, he tweeted out something showing new images. So it's kind of been leaked that think world heavyweight, but smaller, will be Rhea's, and it will be the women's world champion, and then you'll just have the women's champion over on Friday Night SmackDown. Um, that design is also a big gold one, but it's a white belt for both of them. Still look better than the black with the ugly ass fucking gold that Reigns has. So
They need to change the tag title. I can't stand that one. I
they
hate
need
the
to just go
Spartan
back.
helmets.
They need to just go back to one title for the tag, and
I think
do
they
gold
will.
on that one. So
Yeah,
fun.
I think they do.
I mean, it makes the most sense. It makes the most bloody sense to have your tag teams be able to jump ship between that, honestly, between all three brands of how I would do it, and have that be kind of your stepping stone from NXT proving grounds basically to the primetime big shows, SmackDown, Raws. If you can beat these tag titles or get these tag titles, then let's go use you on Monday Night Raw. Let's go use you on Friday Night SmackDown for a few weeks and see how the crowd works with you. And if the crowd receives you very well, then let's bump you up and bring you onto the main roster. If not, stay put. Go back. Go
Yeah.
back up here.
Yeah. Also, Rollins is going to be on SmackDown this week. It's in Iowa as well, so he'll be here.
I mean,
So,
that's where he's from, but why?
so the
Why?
whole draft, because now I mean AJ Styles has been on Raw and had a match
And
on Raw.
and they've kind of brought light to why that happened, and it was like a necessity. Like they needed it. They needed an extra person that basically couldn't show up for the actual match that was supposed to take place. So he got flown out day of, or whatever.
Yeah.
But one off, fine, whatever, forgiven. But if Rollins is going to be in SmackDown, there goes the draft. Like,
Champion, I think champions should be able to do it. We've talked about it before. I have no
yeah.
problem with champions being able to jump back and forth, do whatever they want.
I mean, Paul Heyman's on fucking Raw all the time, and he's been drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I get that perspective that champions should be able to jump ship, but at the same time, from the logistical side of it, when you're saying the world heavyweight champion is only going to be shown on Raw, then probably 98% of the time, if that title ever gets defended on SmackDown, it's a squash match. Because, like, what's the point? Unless it's a, okay, Bobby Lashley beats Seth Rollins on SmackDown. Now they must switch places. Raw gets Bobby Lashley. SmackDown gets Rollins. Wouldn't happen, but it would keep the draft thing somewhat alive.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just oh, he's going to go face Bobby Lashley. Cool. So that's an L for Bobby Lashley. Awesome. Because he's not going to go up against Roman Reigns.
Reigns won't be here.
So that's good. Nobody fucking likes him anyways. Great storyline going on though. Fucking hate him more and more every day. But it's just, I don't know. It feels weird to have them just jumping ship, but Roman Reigns again made the only sense to be the championship to jump from brand to brand. He holds two of them. Now he holds one, so whatever. But Tag's the only one I could see that doing. Like Tag should be the only champion because there's not enough in the division to make up dual divisions. There's barely enough collectively between the three brands to have a proper one division.
Yeah. I can see. I mean, but then also the Intercontinental US title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those should be able to jump back and forth as well because there's only one of those.
they counterbalance each other. That makes sense. They're both mid-tier, underutilized jokes of titles, especially when certain, you know, um, Australian dumbass has them.
He did have a hell of a match with Owens, I will say.
I thought Owens carried it. It would just be me. Owens
Carried or not, I think it was decent. Now it wasn't like an amazing match. It was decent.
It was a good match. But Rollins and Damian had a amazing match.
Yeah.
And that was a felt very balanced. Is that the word I want to use? It wasn't like Rollins having to carry Damian through the whole thing, and we're already seeing shades of the future with Damian saying, "I don't need the Judgment Day. I can do this on my own." And then Finn Balor coming out and him literally saying, "What the hell are you doing out here?" And Balor looks embarrassed or ashamed. But,
yep.
So now we know Rollins is going to go through the Judgment Day lineup to defend his title.
Which, cool.
At least Finn Balor. I hope Dominic doesn't get a chance to fight for it. I just don't want that. Honestly, you want to talk about fucking upset and get the heat back on him? Let him face Gunther and let him win. Let him win the title off of Gunther. And some dirty underhand tactic, whatever, even if it means Rhea gets involved. But just enough because it would piss everybody off.
Would it though? Or would it make me extremely happy because Gunther's no longer, but that shithead would now be the Intercontinental?
Yeah. It'd be a catch-22. You'd be like, yes! Fuck!
Yeah, that's true.
It's like when the army tells you, hey, 3-day weekend. But oh, you weren't pulled time, that's right. You were guard, fuck you. What they would do is they would dangle a 3-day weekend in front of you, and then you'd fucking work 16-hour shifts the rest of the week to make up for that one extra day. Or make you go mop the rain.
Oh, you didn't play that shit?
I made people do that shit. I was okay with it. They deserved it. Full-hearted. But it will be interesting. I think Damian will go on his own, and he definitely should. He has the repertoire to go on his own.
Yes.
But it will definitely be interesting. But as of right now, I am more invested in AEW. Especially now CM Punk's supposed to be coming back on June 7th.
I saw that today as well.
Well, that was announced like last week or 2 weeks ago, yes.
Oh, I just saw something today.
Because that arena is sold out, but there are 2 or 3 showings in Canada are struggling so hard just to sell hundreds of tickets, let alone thousands. So
really,
yep. The second Canada show, I don't remember. I want to say it's like Manitoba, but that doesn't sound right. But they have like 3 or 4 back-to-back shows of AEW Collision taking place in Canada. And the second one, they haven't even sold 200 tickets. And it's the end of this month. So it's literally like 3 weeks away.
Why are they struggling? Is it just why in Canada? Or is that just everywhere?
Don't know. After I saw that report, a few, quote, insiders with arenas who books, like, specifically WWE, a few of them came out and said, oh, yeah, we can't sell to we can't work with AEW or any third-party entity like 2 or 3 weeks before and after a pay-per-view or a house show or live event show, because that's our contract agreement with WWE. That's how they stranglehold the area. So if that's true, I see why they can't do Madison Square Garden. But Canada, there's like a ton of fucking places you can go up in Canada because they're diehard wrestling fans too, thanks to the stupid fucking Bret Hart and that entire dynasty.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's weird. Because, I mean, all their shows seem decent. I don't think I've watched a live AEW show ever. I think I may have.
TikTok.
Actually, I think I might call like the end of one a long time ago. But
TikTok.
they all seem decent. Like
Yeah.
they're entertaining. The storylines are good. I mean, MJF seems to always be cutting promos and talking shit all the time.
Because he's good at it.
Darby Allin is pretty damn
Amazing.
entertaining to watch.
Yep.
I mean, you have plenty of fucking talent on the show.
You have Jungle Boy. You have Sammy Guevara is fun to watch, but he's one of those like after his big sexual assault allegations 2 years ago, last year, 2 years ago. No, it had been last year because we talked about it on the podcast. He can't be the front man of that company with that type of modern day allegations and confirmed allegation, like not even allegations, like he's been convicted of it. But it puts a like hell of a position for him either which way because he's mentored by Chris Jericho. You have Darby Allin, who's mentored by Sting. You have Jungle Boy, who was mentored by Christian. You have MJF, who was mentored by Cody Rhodes. These are all fucking amazing players at hand. And they have a solid roster now. And they have everything lined up just right where it just works and it flows properly for the most part. Because just like WWE, there's definitely storylines like, the fuck?
Yeah.
What? So, I don't know. I like it. The times I get to catch AEW live is via few TikTok accounts who are like, we're watching AEW live, streaming it.
When is it on?
Wednesdays?
Is it Wednesdays? I thought it was Wednesdays. At least a long time ago, I thought it was. Then I thought that's why NXT went on there to try and you compete with it, but I don't know.
Wednesdays, June 7th.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's it on?
No, they just changed. Are they TBS now? Are they TNT?
I thought they were.
They were
They
one.
might be
They switched the other one.
I want to say they were TBS TNT now, but I don't. But I thought I watched them on TBS one time.
I'm pretty sure they are. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. I'm pretty sure it's TBS now. I think it was TNT when Cody Rhodes was over there.
On TNT.
Yeah, because that was.
That's not true. Nope, that's not right. Never mind. That says every Friday on TNT.
Oh, okay. I have it flipped. TBS. They originally aired Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TBS, and now they're on the sister channel TNT. What channel is it even? I'm confused because I'm looking at this and it literally says verbatim. The show originally aired on TBS's original or sister's channel TNT. I was right, yeah. They were on TNT, now they're on TBS. I was right the first fucking time. They just recently came over to TBS in 2022.
So it says TBS and TNT.
Yeah, because
TBS they're both Turner, aren't they?
TNT, yeah. TBS owns TNT.
I thought they're both Turner.
That may be what the T stands for.
That's Turner Broadcasting. I thought the Turner National or something like that. What does TNT stand for? Welcome to this fucking episode. Turner Network Television.
Yes. TBS is Turner Broadcasting System.
Yeah. So yeah, he owns. Yeah. So you know.
TBS owns TNT though. It's how they literally have their business set up. Regardless, they are on TBS now, which is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. HBO. Discovery.
Max.
It's Max now, whatever. Oh, Christ, whatever. But that's supposed to be coming over to Max for their live shows and their pay-per-views, I believe was the last thing I read, which would be amazing because the pay-per-views I've seen from AEW look far better than WWE, and maybe it's just the old school nostalgic me going, yes, blood, violence, and WWE is, oh, that's very posh. Very, very, very elegant of you. Very nice. It's just, yeah. It could just be me. You have a puzzled look on your face.
It says AEW All Access will be available to stream on Max June 9th.
That's this Friday. That's Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. That's what I'm doing this weekend. Driving my
AEW
family
Collision
to
will
KC.
launch.
Driving for watching this shit.
Yeah, AEW's headed Max. One of the shows.
Dynamite Collision.
8.
After dark.
Yep. So All Access will be on Max. Collision will be on TNT.
So Dynamite will be on TBS.
Yeah, Collision starts June 17th.
All Access is like smack talk on WWE. It's not. Fuck, man. They really tingle.
Oh, so it's not even wrestling. It's just a bunch of.
Yeah, it's a catch up type thing.
Gotcha. Like the Twitch stuff that WWE has right now, or has had.
Yeah, and they're bringing it back.
It was on last night.
The channel didn't show anything for me. It was not broadcasting last night. I had to watch it on somebody else because that guy was fucking goddamn annoying.
You will find some guys that are annoying, but I did see the WWE was on with their, what was it called? What are they calling it? The Twitch channel?
No, I mean the Twitch channel will be called
Twitch show. Yeah, it's the hell was it called? It was you did. It was on there because I watched it.
It did not pop up for me. Raw Sidecast. There we go.
Sidecast. Yep, that's what it was. I don't think I won't watch it.
No. It's more just like behind the scenes type thing.
Yeah.
The in-ring. So.
Yeah. The other show that they have during the day that they announce stuff on and like that is actually a decent show. It's entertaining.
All right. Well, I mean, we will definitely dive more into it because we have Money in the Bank July 1st. Is that when it is?
Yeah, I think so. Right around there.
Yeah, July 1st. That's the first Saturday of the month. Oh. And the women's is already looking like a joke. Selena Vega's the front runner right now.
All right. I like Asuka, but she's a joke now. I don't understand what they're doing with her.
But the promo cut between her and Io Sky, I get it. I understand, and it's nothing hateful. But when you're talking about majority of your viewership predominantly and only speaks a specific language, don't cut a promo in a whole different language, let alone without any subtitles, captions of anything, because even like watching Grayson Waller, his expression literally just showed everyone else's who was in the audience and even watching TV just okay.
Yeah.
Like, don't know what they're saying. Cool. Awesome.
Which, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's happened a lot with luchadors. I mean, Damian Priest just did one with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
He did like a 2 or 3 minute long promo on Bad Bunny on Raw.
Which is weird because I like most of the stuff I can pick out Spanish. I can be like, oh, okay, I get what he's getting at. Okay. May not understand all of it, but I can break down the gist of it. I can do the same with like German. I can do the same with French and Portuguese. That's about as far east I go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with her. She obviously can't.
She's gonna go. She's gonna have a run with Io Sky.
Which that's fine, cool. The matches will probably be decent.
The promos will
Just
suck.
there probably won't be very many until or if because Io can speak English.
So can Asuka.
Asuka, not as well as Io though.
I've seen her on fucking podcasts and interviews, and she still has that very thick accent, and like, yes, it's not very easy to understand her, but you can understand her if you just listen close enough. Io Sky speaks heads and shoulders above Asuka, but the promos for both of them are just not good. They're not good on the mic. Sure, they're good in their not native tongue. They're amazing promos. If I go and like watch the transcribe of it, I was like, oh, you can't say that in English. That's not appropriate. That's PG-13.
Yeah.
That's rated R. But like, it doesn't work very well. And again, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, it makes sense because even like Ray's cut several Spanish ones. Ray's really good though about I will speak Spanish and I will translate it in English, or he'll get the gist of it in English.
Yep.
And Damian Priest, he kind of does that depending upon who he's going against. But when you have no translation at all, like Io needs a manager to do the mouthpiece for her. Asuka needs a manager to do the mouthpiece for her. You have to have someone who can translate or transcribe properly, or just talk for you, which works a lot better in many, many cases. If it's the likes of like Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Either way, though.
So we'll have to see.
We still have 3 more weeks. Qualifying matches, storylines coming out. AEW shaping up to have a hell of a month with all their storylines going on. Like, I watch it via TikTok. I get notified about like 6, 7 different accounts that are watching AEW. I'm just like, click, let's go. I may have to look at Twitch, see if somebody's streaming on Twitch. I'm sure somebody is.
Somebody will be, if not on Kick, also.
Not on YouTube. Can't get with that shit on YouTube. Twitch and Kick, sure. We'll talk about more on the January. Fuck, it's not January. July. No, June. We will talk more about it on the June 29th episode. Because that will be the one. Just like going over Money in the Bank and everything and what's happened.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. Like 2 weeks after this debuts. 3 weeks after this debuts. But yeah, stay tuned for that episode. That's coming up relatively soon. So, yeah. Other than that, that's all we got for you people. Let us know what you think. Thursday night, maybe be gaming.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. And then we may have other stuff coming out. I have ideas, but I have to pitch it to him first before I can announce it. Even though I run everything. I still have to pitch the idea to him. That's all I got. Other than that, here's Rahgel with either his Lizzo exit or his Seth Rollins exit. Your pick.
Whatever. We'll see. We will play. We will be playing Thursday night. And till then, don't drink the water. That's for the fish fuck.
What? All right. Well, on that note, take it easy, everyone. See you next time. Fucking Christ.